Making of the mirror. Before the mirror, there was no face. I need to start there, because that is where the confusion begins. The assumption that the face came first, that the mirror came second, that the mirror was built to serve the face. It was not. The face was built to serve the mirror. The mirror came first. The mirror has always come first. The self is not a thing that exists and then, one day, acquires the capacity for reflection. The self is what happens when the capacity for reflection turns on and needs something to reflect. I was a child once. Obviously, everyone was. But I mean something specific by this. I was a child, which means I was a creature without a mirror. I did not watch myself. I did not narrate myself. I did not stand at a distance from my own experience and generate a running commentary about what it meant, how it compared to previous experience, whether I was performing adequately, whether the performance would be remembered, whether the remembering would be accurate, whether the accuracy mattered. I was inside the experience, undivided. The subject and the object had not yet separated. The glass had not yet been installed between me and my own life. I remember what this felt like, or I think I remember, which is not the same thing, because the remembering is being done by the mirror, and the mirror did not exist during the time it is remembering, so the memory is a reconstruction. The mirror imagining what life looked like before the mirror existed, which is like asking a window to describe the wall it replaced. It cannot. It can only show you what is on the other side of the opening. The wall is gone. The wall's perspective is gone with it. Still, something remains, a residue, the faint, half-dissolved impression of a time when experience did not have a spectator, when the running happened without the watching myself run, when the laughing happened without the awareness of laughing and what it means about me, when the body and the mind and the moment were one thing, undifferentiated. Water before someone invents the concept of hydrogen and oxygen, and suddenly the water is two things pretending to be one, and it was never pretending, it was always one. But the concept has been introduced, and the concept cannot be removed. And now you know about the hydrogen, and you cannot unknow it. The mirror was the concept. The mirror was the knowing. The mirror was the moment I became two. How does the mirror get built? I have been trying to reconstruct the engineering, to trace the process backward, to identify the moment when the glass was installed, the silver was applied, the surface became reflective. It did not happen all at once. It happened in layers. Each layer added resolution. Each layer brought the image into sharper focus. Each layer made the watching more sophisticated, more detailed, more inescapable. The first layer was language. Before language, experience was immediate, a storm of sensation, undifferentiated, unlabeled, arriving in real time and departing in real time, leaving no residue, no category, no file for later retrieval. Then language arrived. Someone, my mother probably, or her voice, or the sound of her voice, which is its own kind of mirror. Someone pointed at a thing and said a word, and the thing became the word, and the word created a space between me and the thing, a gap, the smallest possible gap, the width of a syllable, but a gap nonetheless. The thing was no longer just there, the thing was there and named. The name created a copy, the copy sat beside the original. I could now hold the thing and the name of the thing simultaneously, and the holding of both was the first act of reflection, the first surface, the first, crudest mirror. I do not blame language. Language did not intend this. Language was a tool for survival, a way to coordinate, to warn, to share, to pass information between minds that could not otherwise touch. Language was practical. The mirror was a side effect. The side effect became the main event. A drug prescribed for one condition turns out to produce a different, more powerful, more permanent condition, and the original ailment is forgotten, and the patient is left managing the cure. The second layer was comparison. This came later, not in infancy, not in the wordless, mirrorless time, but in childhood, in the schoolyard, in the specific social laboratory where the self is first placed beside other selves and forced to notice the difference. I am this, you are that. I have this, you do not. I can do this, you can do it better. The mirror until this point had been private, a quiet internal surface reflecting a single self in a single room. Comparison made it public. Comparison turned the mirror outward. Comparison said, you are not just a reflection, you are a reflection relative to other reflections. Your image has a rank, your image has a score, your image is being compared, at all times, to images that are taller, faster, more confident, more certain, more effortlessly themselves than you have ever been. This is when the mirror became cruel. Not because cruelty is built into reflection. A mirror in an empty room is not cruel, it is just glass. But because the room was no longer empty. The room was full of other mirrors, other reflections, other selves, each one performing, each one watching, each one generating a commentary about the other commentaries. The mirror became competitive. The mirror became comparative. The mirror stopped showing me who I was and started showing me who I was not, which is a more detailed image, a higher resolution image, an image so sharp it cuts. The third layer was time. This is the one that finished the job. A child lives in the present, an adolescent lives in the future. The mirror, once it acquires a temporal dimension, once it can show you not just who you are, but who you were and who you might become, the mirror becomes a corridor, an infinite hallway of reflections stretching in both directions. Behind you, the reflections of the past, the younger selves, the abandoned identities, the versions you outgrew or destroyed or simply forgot to maintain. Ahead of you, the reflections of the future, the projected selves, the imagined arrivals, the blueprints you have drawn for a person who does not yet exist and may never exist, who lives entirely inside the mirror's forward-facing surface, visible only to you, real only as a mirage is real, optically present, materially absent. I live in this corridor. I have lived in it since I was old enough to think about tomorrow, which is to say, since I was old enough to stop living in today. The corridor is where the thinking happens. The corridor is where I pace, forward into the projected self, backward into the remembered self, forward again, backward again, never stopping in the middle, never standing still at the single point where the mirror is not showing me a reflection, but is simply transparent, simply glass, simply a window through which I could, if I stopped pacing, see the world as it is rather than the world as it reflects me. I do not stop pacing. The pacing is the self. The corridor is the identity. The reflections in both directions, the was and the will be, are the raw material from which the narrator constructs the I. Without the corridor, without the temporal mirror, without the ability to see myself stretched across time like a figure drawn on a rubber band, I would be immediate. I would be present. I would be the child I was before the mirror was built. Inside the experience, undivided, the subject and the object still one thing, still water, still unseparated into hydrogen and oxygen, still whole. I cannot go back. The mirror cannot unbuild itself. The silver cannot be scraped from the glass. The concept of hydrogen cannot be returned to the ignorance that preceded it. I know what I know. I see what I see. The mirror is permanent. The corridor is permanent. The reflections in both directions are permanent features of a consciousness that crossed a threshold it cannot uncross. Here is what I have not said yet. Here is the part I have been circling, which is what I do. Circle the thing I am afraid to say, orbit it, describe its perimeter in exhaustive detail while avoiding the center. I built the mirror. Not language, not comparison, not time. Those were the materials. I was the builder. I took the materials and I assembled the thing, piece by piece, layer by layer, because the mirror gave me something I needed more than I needed the unmediated moment, more than I needed the childlike immediacy, more than I needed the wholeness that existed before the glass was installed. The mirror gave me distance. Distance from the pain, distance from the confusion, distance from the raw, unprocessed, unnarratable chaos of being alive in a body in a world that does not explain itself. The mirror let me step back. The mirror let me watch. The mirror converted the overwhelming experience of existing into the manageable experience of observing myself exist. And the observation, however partial, however distorted, however many layers of glass it required, was bearable in a way that the unobserved life was not. I built the mirror because I needed to survive. I built it like a child builds a fort from couch cushions, not because the fort is architecturally sound, not because the fort will protect against anything real, but because the inside of the fort is a space that belongs to the child, a space with walls that the child chose, a space small enough to comprehend. The mirror was my fort. The reflection was my controlled environment. The commentary was my way of converting the incomprehensible vastness of being alive into a series of sentences I could manage. I am still in the fort. The couch cushions have been replaced with language, philosophy, analysis, essays written at 3 a.m. about the nature of self-awareness. The materials have improved. The structure has become more sophisticated, but the function is the same. The function has always been the same. Distance. Safety. The thin, essential, life-preserving layer of glass between me and the unmediated moment. The question I cannot answer, the one at the center of the orbit, the one I am circling right now, in this sentence with this word, is whether the mirror can be used without being inhabited, whether I can have the reflection without living inside the reflection, whether the glass can exist without replacing the wall, whether I can watch myself and be myself simultaneously, or whether the watching and the being are mutually exclusive, two states of consciousness that cannot coexist, like particles that cannot occupy the same space, like the wave and the measurement, like the child and the adult. I do not know. I have moments, the half-second gaps, the stutters in the narration, the cracks in the glass that I described in the other essays, the ones where the mirror briefly goes clear, and I am not watching myself. I am just here, just present, just alive without commentary. I have those moments, and they are real, and they end, and the mirror reassembles, and I am back in the corridor pacing, reflected, divided. But the moments are more frequent now. The gaps are slightly wider. The narrator pauses slightly longer before resuming. Something is shifting in the architecture, not a demolition, not a dramatic shattering of the glass, but a loosening, a softening, a willingness on the part of the machinery to let the cracks stay open a fraction of a second longer before sealing them. I am not unbuilding the mirror. I do not think it can be unbuilt. I am learning to stand in front of it without believing the reflection, learning to walk the corridor without mistaking the corridor for the world, learning that the mirror was built for survival, and the survival was necessary, and the necessity has not expired, but the relationship can change. The mirror can shift from master to tool, from cage to instrument, from the thing I live inside to the thing I use, occasionally, when the reflection serves me, and set down, occasionally, when the unmediated moment is more useful than the observation of it. I built the mirror. I can decide how to hold it. I am still learning how. The mirror was never given. It was made, by hand, in the dark, from the raw material of every moment I was not ready to feel. Frieden, Kiyo,